Aloha. Ignoring the death of consciousness. Seed of thought. How numb are we to ignore thee, to cope with the illusions in our head? For the truth, behold, the story unfolds. Inside we are dead. Killing is the desire our minds acquire when our character has fled. For there's a cure to resurrect the pure. It starts when we have bled. So I ask you please to not ignore thee, for you're ignoring yourself instead. To ignore is to kill the potential, the will, the destiny God intends. To lose our sense to cope is like trying to blind ourselves to not see what's ahead. Blood flows true to show life new, for blood does not come from the dead. For the truth unfolds, the story beholds, our perspective greater than our head. Your true form is divine and you're meant to shine, so I talk to your embers of your sublime. Inflame this spark to burn your sin, to be able to admit what's within, for character comes at a cost of admitting simply what you have lost. No blame, no excuse, no victim or abuse, only actions of yourself you need to see. For the truth unfolds, the story beholds. When we can see, holy shit, it is me. Sight should be clear and void of fear to perceive what has always been near. Ignoring comes at a cost, things that you have lost, and soon forgetting you care. Happiness and joy are replaced with voids and prayer to get through the year. Ignoring the life you birthed only to avoid your own tears. I challenge thee to inflame the sparks of the light burning within. Your journey will start when you see the dark is actually your own sin. To numb ourselves to not feel is a fool's way through the dark. Inflame your embers and enhance your perspective to feel and see what you must embark. For the truth behold and the truth unfolds. Your sin is really your fear. To ignore thee, how can you see, putting your head in the sand? How can you see the beauty in me? Pain gives us the contrast that helps us perceive. Ignoring only helps you relieve. Relieve the pain, relieve the joy, relieve happiness in life. God is a compass inside you. Yes, He is the light. To ignore thee, you ignore me. Ignoring the voice of God, you flee. The truth unfolds, the story beholds. Life will soon end for you and me. A seed of thought. Ignoring, it keeps us from knowing. Our story we ignore, the mostly used way that we cope. And it seems that we don't realize our actions. Please listen. We ignore our own knowing, our own consciousness. We ignore to deny or to stay in denial. We ignore to argue and not listen. We ignore using boundaries to control and keep away. We ignore our own family members by not caring about their experiences. We ignore. We are our subconscious, not knowing consciously. We have to take our system off autopilot. Ignoring is our nation's response only to our history. It's like we are deeply affected by our horrors of the past and fearful. Will we have nothing to fear if we stop ignoring things that are real, things of our past, things we can learn from, but obviously have not? Do you ignore life to cope with your emotions? Do you use boundaries with the human that has not hurt your body, just to not deal with them? How do you treat others? We live in a free country, free to transcend racism, hate, and ignorance. But we can never start this process if we do not respond, if we do not listen. Please think, would you rather listen to your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, spouse, or someone that you hate for a short period of time just to realize that you'd feel better? Or ignore this person, react without thought, and just teach your children or grandchildren to ignore and now hate? What is it you desire to learn, to teach our children? Is it to believe our minds, other people? Or is the ultimate lesson to know? Know all people matter. Know deep inside of you. You know how you feel when a tree is cut down. Life is taken. Are people being mean or abusive? This action needs only for us to be aware. We naturally will change. Humanity is humane. To believe is the ultimate sin. Knowing is the only way. Unfortunately, most of us believe we know. We will be blessed when we know, we believe.